And now we are really proud to introduce our fresh strike that's been rinsed clean from the California gold fields. I mean this young, promising, struggling actor named Benny. Now, when we got out here, we'd never met him, and we found that he was a modest, sensitive youth with a big load on his conscience because he suffers from the delusion that he caused the atom bomb. Now, let me tell you how this came about. In 1943, he made a movie in which he was Athanael, an angel who was sent on a mission to destroy the Earth. Well, he didn't succeed in destroying the Earth, but he darn near destroyed the film industry. And if ever an angel fell flat on its face, its name was Athanael Benny. You see, he felt that by kidding atomic fission, he was more or less sort of inviting the bomb, if only by way of revenge. So that's why he has a bad conscience. See, he's a manly little chap. He's also a very shrewd little fellow, and there was little matter of conscience money involved. So the attorneys representing Omnibus sat down with the legal and financial representative of Mr. Benny. The legal and financial representative of Mr. Benny is Mr. Benny. And after a rather impressive shipment of gold from Fort Knox over to his little humble shack in the hills, he agreed to come on Omnibus purely for the sake of art. He is going to put on today a completely new version of this fantasy. He's very anxious to tell you this is just a fantasy. It's about an angel whose mission was to destroy the Earth. It's called The Horn Blows at Midnight, Jack Benny.
And after a thorough check, including conferences with representatives of the planet, have decided that Saturn has a sufficient quota of moons and no illuminary changes will...
That's illuminational.
Well, that's what I said. No illuminational changes will be necessary. Now, what else, Elizabeth?
There's that memo on the North Star. There's a definite southern drift.
Oh, well, that's still 2 billion light years away. Can wait till tomorrow. Situation normal on Uranus and Jupiter, and Mercury is improving by degrees.
I think that covers everything, Chief.
Well, that's fine, that's fine. Just sign it. Respectfully yours, Chief of the Small Planets. Send the original upstairs right away. Well, Elizabeth, I think you may take the rest of the afternoon off. I can still get 9 holes in. You know, I have a hunch that I'm going to knock 4 strokes off my game with this new iron.
Office of Small Planets, good afternoon.
I'm not in.
It's the front office.
I'm in. Hello? Hello? Yes, this is the chief speaking. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Planet number 33974. Oh, yes, sir. I'm very well acquainted with that planet. Goodbye, sir. Now, which is 33974? Yes.
Oh, I think it's one of the little ones, Chief.
Oh, yes. Wouldn't you know it? Things were going too smoothly.
33974. Oh, here it is. It's called Earth.
Earth? Oh, that nasty little globe.
It's given us trouble before.
Oh, yes, it's always the little ones that give you the biggest headaches. You know, the front office wants me to straighten it out or get rid of it. War every 20 years. Over 2 million crimes per annum. Greed, intolerance, persecution everywhere.
Pretty messy.
Elizabeth, it's shocking. It's a document of man's inhumanity to man. From the very beginning, those people down there have violated every concept of civilization. They've forsaken peace and love for war and persecution. Power and plunder have become more important than gentleness and humility. I tell you, Elizabeth, that entire planet is a monument to greed and intolerance, and I'm fed up.
Well, what are you going to do, Chief?
I'm going to destroy it. Wipe it off the face of the... well, destroy it.
Without any warning?
Well, the front office has given them warning enough. Droughts, plagues, floods, everything. But they pay no attention.
Well, I'd better send for the forms. You'll have to fill out reports to the recording department, the registry, the accounting office, and the orbit division.
All that? Are there any quick angles? You know, Elizabeth, what we need up here are a few big politicians, and they better start letting some of them in.
Uh-oh. Our demolition expert. Yes, he's out on another assignment.
Oh, but anybody can do this job. All we need is a man who can play the horn. He simply descends, plays a few notes, and poof, that's the end of it.
Chief.
Uh-huh.
Now, don't yell. But what about Athanael?
Athanael!
You're yelling.
Oh, Athanael. That nincompoop who's botched every assignment I've ever given him. That blundering nitwit.
You really shouldn't call him names, you know. After all, he is an angel. He's not a nincompoop. It's just that he hasn't found his proper niche up here.
Elizabeth, you keep on telling me this, but I've tried him in a dozen different assignments, and he's failed in every one of them. Why, only last week I tried him in the weather department, and he got things so mixed up that there was smog in New York.
It was an accident.
But imagine that, Elizabeth, smog in New York. Everyone knows we keep our smog in California.
Give him one more chance.
What makes you think he can handle this job?
He can blow the horn. He's been 455th trumpet and our Philharmonic for over 300 years.
Well, I guess he can't be wrong all the time. Even a clock that's stopped is right twice a day. Well, all right, but this is his last chance. Call the rehearsal room.
I'll have him up here in a jiffy. Ethereal Philharmonic, please. In rehearsal? All right, I'll hold on.
Get out und stay out!
But, Mr. Beethoven, I stopped when you said stop.
For 120 years, I have been conducting this orchestra. And for 120 years, you have been playing the wrong notes.
Mr. Beethoven, remember your blood pressure. I mean, you don't want to drop dead all over again.
Always the wrong notes. Why? Tell me why.
Well, because it's a very difficult number and it takes a lot of practice. I mean, I'll get it right if you'll just be patient a little while longer.
A little while longer.
Yes, and besides, what's the rush? I mean, we're not going anywhere.
That has nothing to do with it. 10,000 men we got in this orchestra. 9,999 musicians, and you.
But Mr. Beethoven...
Why? Why did you ever have to take up the trumpet? Why wasn't you a plumber?
Well, you see, when I was a boy in New Amsterdam over 300 years ago, you see, we didn't have plumbing.
Well, we got it now.
I know, but all my life I wanted to be a musician. And the trumpet was my first love.
Then you certainly was jilted. What am I going to do with you? Beethoven here? Yeah, Herr Chief. Athanael? Wunderbar. Sure. Yeah. How long do you need him? Only a day? All right, I send him right over. Athanael, I have good news for me. The chief wants to see you.
The chief? Are you sure, Mr. Beethoven?
Sure, I'm sure.
Gosh, the chief wants to see me, and I thought he was mad at me. Because, you know, last week when I was in the weather department, I made a boo-boo. Will you excuse me, Mr. Beethoven?
Mit pleasure.
Gee, Mr. Beethoven is so touchy lately. 10,000 musicians, and I'm the only one that he picks on. Maybe he doesn't like me. Wait till they start playing without me. They'll see how thin it sounds.
You may not realize it, Horatio, but getting rid of the Earth will be a great help in balancing the budget.
Oh, yes, the budget.
Now, think of what we'll save in rainwater alone. That's a big item.
Yes, a big item.
And don't forget the thunder and lightning that little planet uses up. It'll cut our electric bills way down.
Yes, Chief, way down.
Horatio, remind me to talk to Halley about his comet.
Yes, Chief, there's no point in its traveling around the Earth anymore.
Horatio, when I want your opinion, I'll ask for it.
Yes, sir, you'll ask for it.
Come in.
Yes, come in.
Oh, hello, Athanael.
Hello, Elizabeth. Gee, you look pretty.
Not now, Athanael. Oh, Chief. Here's Athanael.
Oh, hello, Chief. So nice to see you again.
Nathaniel, how long have you been up here?
300 years, sir. I'm from New Amsterdam, you know.
What is your rank?
Angel, 3rd grade. Junior grade, rather. 3rd phalanx, 15th cohort.
Well, I have a special assignment coming up, and Elizabeth thinks that you could handle it.
Oh, he can, Chief. I'm sure he can.
That's right, Chief. I mean, if it's written for the trumpet, I can play it. You know.
But this requires a very special kind of trumpet. Nathaniel, I want you to destroy planet number 33974.
33974. Yes, sir. 33974? But, Chief, that's Earth, my home planet. I mean, I was born and raised there. I mean, why would you want to destroy it?
Because it's the most obstreperous planet in the whole firmament, and it's given us nothing but trouble.
Nothing but trouble.
Well, all right, Chief, but how do I go about destroying a planet?
Horatio, get me the horn.
Yes.
Thank you, Horatio. Now, this is the instrument of destruction. On this card are written 5 notes from the Judgment Day Overture. Now, when these notes are played on the horn, the Earth will disappear from the universe.
Gosh, what a funny-looking trumpet.
Oh, no, it's not a trumpet, Athanael. It's a very special kind of horn, and you must be very careful with it. Now, listen carefully to these instructions. You will proceed to New Amsterdam.
Oh, it's called New York now, Chief.
New York? Oh, Elizabeth, you will arrange with Mercurius for transportation and anything else that Athanael might need for his trip.
All right.
Now, will you get going right away?
Yes, Chief. I'll pick you up in your apartment, Athanael.
All right, Elizabeth.
Athanael? Athanael!
Yes, Chief.
You will go to the Waldorf Biltmore in New York.
Yes, sir.
And a little while before 12 o'clock, you will go to the roof.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want you to listen to this very carefully. The horn must be blown at exactly 12 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Now, that means precisely 12 o'clock. 11:59 won't do. 12:01 won't do. It must be 12 on the dot. Have you got that?
Yes, sir. I will see that the horn blows at midnight.
Now get going. And if you do a good job when you get back, you may find yourself an angel senior grade.
God, me, Athanael, an angel senior grade. And it seems that only yesterday that I was a rookie angel.
But if you botch the job, I'll have you back on your knees scrubbing clouds.
No, Chief, I won't botch it because I want to make good for you and for Elizabeth. And I want to be an angel, senior grade.
That's the spirit. Now, you sure you remember everything?
Everything, Chief. Don't worry. Goodbye.
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 Nathaniel!
Yeah? Oh. Oh, I was so excited.
The salvage department will be calling for instructions. What shall I tell them, Chief?
The salvage department? Tell them to stand by to pick up a load of scrap at midnight.
Come in.
It's me, Athanael.
Oh, hello, Elizabeth.
Hello.
I'll be right out.
Nathanael, where in the universe did you get that outfit?
Oh, well, this was made for me, you know, in New Amsterdam. It was one of my best suits. I think, thank goodness I still have good-looking legs.
Oh, but Athanael, you can't wear those things. Men's styles have changed since you were in New Amsterdam 300 years ago. You'd attract too much attention.
Well, I attracted plenty of attention then, too, believe me. I remember on Saturday nights when we used to get all dressed up and stand on the corner in front of Vandermeer's apothecary, and I used to tip my hat to all the pretty maidens as they went by, you know.
Oh, Nathanael.
I was quite a devil in those days, you know. I even took snuff. Just a pinch or two, you know.
Well, we haven't got time to reminisce. I brought you a complete modern outfit.
Oh.
You go behind the screen and change.
All right. I'll be right back. Is this it?
That's it.
Elizabeth!
Yes,
Are you sure these are the right clothes?
of course. Why?
Well, I don't know. They have someone else's initials on them.
Initials?
Yeah. BVD.
Oh, Nathanael, that's just the name of the manufacturer.
Oh. Well, they've certainly got it in a funny place. Oh, I see. I've got it on upside down.
Hurry now, Nathanael.
I will. Oh, my goodness, what long breeches.
Nathanael, you don't call them breeches now down there. You call them trousers.
Oh. Well, when did they lengthen the hemline?
You'd better hurry.
Okay. I'm ready.
Oh, Nathanael, you look wonderful as an earthling. Oh, what's this picture?
Oh, that's the first band that I ever worked with. Stan Stuyvesant and his Knickerbocker Five.
I don't see you in the picture.
Oh, well, that was taken a few days after they decided to make it the Knickerbocker Four. Sounded pretty thin without me.
Well, we'd better get going. I'll walk you to the edge.
How do I look? You know, I'm going to miss you, Elizabeth.
Oh, you are, Nathanael?
Uh-huh. I really am.
Well, you'll only be gone for one day.
Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Athanael.
Hello, Noah.
Hello, Noah.
I hear you're going away, Athanael.
Yes, but I'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, well, when you get back, drop in. I'm going to have a little gathering in the Ark.
In the Ark?
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. Who's coming?
Just a few couples.
Thanks, we'll be there.
Now, Now, Athanael, be careful you follow the chief's instructions. This is a great opportunity for you.
I know, I know.
If you make good, I might even be able to get you a job in the office. And then you'd have regular hours, and we'd be able to have more time together.
Gee, I'd like that.
And, besides, there's a great chance for advancement, you know. The chief started that way. Playing the trumpet. And, well, would you like seeing me every day in the office?
I sure would. But the trumpet, don't ask me to give up the trumpet. Because you know why, Elizabeth? This was, when I was alive, this was my whole life. And now that I'm not, it's my whole afterlife.
But Athanael, you're not getting anywhere as a musician. You've been at it for over 300 years, and you're still 455th trumpet. There's no future in it for us. And there's no future in it for you. If we're ever going to get anywhere, you're going to have to forget about music and try to make something of yourself.
Oh, gee, Elizabeth, you know how fond I am of you, but, you know, asking me to give up the trumpet, why, I don't know, that it would just break my spirit. And that's all I've got left.
Well, Athanael, you're going to have to make a decision, and soon. I'm not waiting around another 200 years.
Gosh, you hardly give a fella a chance to make up his mind.
Oh, well, we'll talk about it when you get back.
All right. Bye.
Oh, you'll need some money down there.
Oh, what are these, guilders?
No, those are dollars.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know about that. Dollars, they're so nice and crispy. Well, I better be going now. Gee, dollars.
Nathaniel,
Yes, Horatio.
the chief wants to make sure you've got everything straight. Do you remember all the instructions?
Yes, Horatio.
Well, he says you'd better not slip up because he'll be watching.
I won't, Horatio. Well, goodbye. Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Oh,
Goodbye.
and Nathaniel,
Yes, Horatio.
watch out for that first step. It's a pip.
I will. Well, goodbye.
Good luck.
Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Goodbye.
What's the get your piper here? Read all about it, piper. Piper, get the piper here. Read all about it. Piper lady.
What's your shoe shine here?
Piper lady.
You're just not making any sense.
All right, Helen, goodbye, if that's the way you want
It isn't the way I want it, and you know it isn't.
I don't know what you want.
Give up your trumpet and get a regular job.
Helen, you can't ask a guy who's been a musician all of his life to give up the trumpet and become a salesman.
Well, you don't have to be a salesman.
I can't be anything but a musician. It's what I know. It's what I do. You want to just call the whole thing off?
Oh, no, I don't, Danny. I love you. But if we're going to be married, we should have some security and lead a normal life. Gee, I work nights because you work nights. I don't like working nights.
I can't help it if people go dancing at night.
We don't.
Now, look, Helen.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to ask the boss for a few more minutes.
A few more minutes.
You stay
isn't
right
go-
here. I'll be right back.
Another argument?
No, the same one.
Here's the new downbeat.
Thanks.
Gosh, New York has changed. I wouldn't have recognized it. I wonder where the Waldorf Biltmore Hotel is. I don't see it around anywhere. When I left, they should have pointed me at it. Well, I'll just have to ask somebody.
Shine? Shine, mister?
Shine?
Best in town. I do one shoe for free. The other's only a quarter.
Well, I don't think well, all right. I mean, what do I do? What do I have to do?
Just stick your foot up on this box.
Oh, like this?
Hey, Johnny, lend me your blue shine oil, will you? I'll cut you in on the tip.
Oh, do you boys happen to know a hotel called the Waldorf Biltmore?
You kidding? It's the biggest one in town.
Oh.
You must be a stranger. Ain't you never been to New York before?
Oh, yes, yes, I come from here, but of course that was a long time ago. Gee, I've never seen so many saloons. What kind of a drink is television?
Hey, that's pretty good. You look like such a square. Hey, what's that you got there, a trumpet?
How about giving us a little bump?
Bop? Is that music?
Is it? It's out of this world.
Hey, that's funny. That's where I've been, but I've never heard about it. Bop.
You play with a band, mister?
Yes, I'm with Ludwig van Beethoven and his ethereal melodians. It's a very nice orchestra, you know.
I never heard of it.
Well, you will someday. They play the sweetest music the other side of heaven. It's a very large organization, you know.
Oh, yeah? Where do you play?
Well, we play in a big hall. Oh, it's the biggest hall you've ever seen. In fact, it takes the drummer 2 days to get to his seat.
Mister, how long you been with this orchestra?
Oh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Come on, we'll believe you.
You will?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been with them 300 years.
300 years? What's your name, Methuselah?
No, but I know him very well. In fact, I was at his last birthday party, and they had the most beautiful cake. And it took us 2 weeks to blow out the candles. Gee, Methuselah looks good for his age. I wonder if he dyes his beard.
Jerry, the guy's a comedian.
I think he's nuts. Let's get out of here before the wagon backs up. That'll be a quarter, please.
A quarter? I haven't got a quarter. I have $1, and it's nice and crispy. Would you like $1?
But I like $1. Oh, boy.
Hey, Jerry, you can't take a dollar from a guy like this.
I guess you're right. Here's your change, mister.
No, I don't want any change. And here's $1 for you, too.
Are you sure you can afford this?
Why, certainly.
Gee, thanks. I dig you the most.
You what?
I dig you the most. That means you're a real good guy.
Oh. I dig you the most. Huh?
Mister,
Yeah.
The next time you're around this way, both shoes for free.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very, very much.
So long. Thanks
Goodbye.
again.
Goodbye. You're welcome. Gee, they were nice youngsters. I feel so good. Such a wonderful feeling to give money away. Well, I still don't know how to get to the Waldorf Biltmore. I'll ask that man.
Buckster, get your pipers here. Read all about it. Piper.
Oh, pardon me, mister.
Piper? Want a piper, mister?
A piper? What's a piper?
A paper.
Smog still choking New York. Gee, I'm sorry.
What do you mean you're sorry? It's not your fault.
Oh, yes, it is. Is it serious?
Serious? Pushed all the big stuff off the front page.
The big stuff?
Yeah, the investigations, the wars, the murders, the race results. I don't know when it's going to end.
I do. Say, that reminds me. Could you direct me to the Waldorf Biltmore Hotel?
Oh, sure, that's easy. You from out of town?
Way out. Yes, sir.
Oh, well, then what you should have is the map of the city. Now, this will tell you how to get to any place in New York. It's only 35 cents. You ought to buy it.
Well, I haven't 35 cents. All I have is $1.
Oh, well, then if that's all you got, you can look at it for nothing.
Well, thank you.
I
Thank you
have a
very
few
much.
more minutes. Oh, Danny, please try to understand.
Oh, look, honey, we've been over this 1,000,000 times. Why don't we talk about it tomorrow?
Tomorrow? With you, it's always tomorrow. You've got to face it today. You've got to come to a decision.
Just like that, huh? Just throw away my trumpet and then what?
Well, you've been playing for years and you haven't gotten anywhere. Oh, Danny, you ought to get into something now where we can have a future together so we know where we're going.
Helen, asking me to give up the trumpet? Well, it would break my spirit.
Oh, it isn't as bad as that. You'll get over it.
Because you say so? Well, what makes you think you're so right? I think that if you love a guy enough, you stick with him no matter what he does. Never heard of a guy giving up the work he loves to get married.
Danny, you're just being unreasonable.
I'm not being unreasonable. You can ask anybody.
You can ask me.
What?
Well, I don't think you should be fighting right now. Believe me when I tell you that none of this will make any difference tomorrow.
Look, buddy, let's say that you're a musician and you play a very good trumpet.
Thank you.
Now let's say that you've got a girl and you're very much in love with her.
Elizabeth.
And let's say that she wants you to give up your music.
She does.
Well, would you give it up?
Well,
what difference does it make what he says? He can't solve our problem.
The trouble with you is, Helen, you won't listen to what anybody has to say. You want everything your own way. Well, I'm finished. I'm through.
Danny, where are you going?
I don't know, and I don't care.
oh, I'm terribly sorry. I hope it isn't my fault.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's it. That's what I've been trying to say. It really doesn't matter. Now, please stop crying.
Well, thanks anyway.
You're welcome. No, Chief, I didn't lose the horn. No, I've got it right here. What? It's the wrong one? Wait a minute. Look, I've got the wrong horn. This isn't my horn. Somebody took my horn. I've got to get it back.
Gee, it must have been Dan.
Well, I don't care. I must get it back. If not, I'll be on my knees scrubbing clouds.
No, wait. Don't get excited, mister. It was just a mistake. You'll get your horn back.
Well, when, how?
Well, Helen will know where he is. She works in that drugstore right over there. Just go over and ask her.
Helen?
Yeah, Helen.
Oh, thanks. All right, Chief, I'll get it.
You see, Elizabeth? I knew he was the wrong one to send.
But he'll get it back. He said he would.
Well, he'd better, or they'll have me upstairs on the carpet. Athanael! Bah! A simple little job like blowing up the earth, and he can't even do that.
Can't even do that.
Well, he hasn't failed yet. He'll get the horn back, and then there's plenty of time till midnight.
Midnight? But, Elizabeth, don't you realize if the boy who took that horn blows anything on it before then, he could blow Saturn into smithereens, or destroy some of our good planets. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm scared to death.
Oh, my goodness. You'd better warn Athanael to hurry. Why don't you send him another thundergram?
Yes, I will. But if he botches up this job, I'll drop him from his cohort, and I'll drum him out of the phalanx.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Helen, where's Dan?
I don't know and I don't care. Besides, you were right. It doesn't matter.
No, but I was wrong. It does matter. I've got to get my horn back. Believe me, I've got to get my horn back.
Sorry, I can't help you.
But you must help me. You know how important this is to me.
Well, I know he's working tonight in the terrace room of the Waldorf Biltmore.
Well, I have to be there, too. Do you think I can get there before he blows the horn?
Mister, what difference does it make?
It makes a world of difference.
Well, if you're sure he has your horn, why don't you run over to the hotel and I'll try to call him.
All right, thanks. Oh, say, Helen, you know, I think you ought to be there. You ought to meet me at the hotel. You know, you're both such nice kids that I think that maybe you ought to spend a few minutes together tonight.
I don't see why.
Just take my word for it.
I don't know why I should take your word for it. I don't even know you. But there is something strange about you. What's your name, anyway?
Athanael, 3rd Phalanx, 15th Cohort.
All right, I'll be there.
Oh, good. Good. I'll see you there.
Hello, this is Helen. Is Stan there? No? Thank you.
Daniel. That's a funny name.
I am hurrying, Chief.
Talking to me, Mac?
No, I was talking to the Chief.
Oh. I could have sworn you got in by yourself. Another one. If you're around, I get him. 20,000 cabs in the city. Oh, no, he gotta pick this one.
Look, can't you make it any faster?
Speed, speed, speed. Everybody rushing around like there's no tomorrow.
Well, there isn't.
Maybe you got something there, Mac. You know, like that guy, Professor Einstein. You know, the professor, you know what he says? The next war, them atom bombs. And the one after that, they'll start throwing rocks at each other.
Well, you won't have to worry about that.
I don't know. I went through one war. My kid went through one war. Like I was telling my wife the other night, I said, the way they're fighting them now, no country would go through another war. They'd knock each other off, and then the whole world would just destroy itself.
It would? Well, look, can you hurry just a little faster, please?
I'm sorry, Mac. If we'd go any faster, we'll be flying.
Well, then let's fly. Let's fly.
Look, I ain't got no pilot's license, and I ain't gonna take no chance of cracking up. I've got a wife and kids to think about.
Well, I keep thinking about the horn.
Oh, yeah? What are you, musician?
Yes. I'm
Yeah?
455th musician with the Ethereal Orchestra. I've been with them for 300 years.
300 years, eh? I'm gonna be eligible for a pension pretty soon. Where did you look where you're going, you meathead? Like I've been telling you, you're liable to get killed in this here traffic.
I know. I was killed right here 300 years ago.
300 years, eh? How'd you get killed?
I was run over by a cow.
Well, that's a shame. Yeah. Here we are, bud. That'll be $2.
Bucks?
Yeah.
I haven't got any bucks. I have dollars. Would you take dollars?
Look, I don't usually do this, but in your case, I'll make an exception.
They're nice and crispy, you know.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're very kind, too.
Oh, pardon me. I'm looking for a musician. He has my horn. His name is Dan.
Dan? I don't know who he is, but he must be with the relief band. They don't start until 11:45.
Oh.
He'll be here any minute.
Well, how can I find him?
Have a seat in the lobby. He'll be in.
All right. Thank you. Thanks.
Paging Mr. Caesar. Mr. Caesar, please.
Oh, boy. Here a minute. Is that Julius Caesar?
No, Irving.
Well, I don't know him. Julius is such a nice fellow. I think Brutus was definitely out of line. Gee, I hope Dan doesn't try to practice on that horn. Something awful might happen if he did. Gosh.
Isn't this a lovely hotel?
Yes, it is.
I've had such a busy day. And you know, in a few minutes, the limousine is coming back for me, and I have to go to a midnight supper at the Stork Club.
Oh, really?
And then I must go home and get me some rest, because tomorrow I have so much to do. I have to go to Arthur Murray's for a tango lesson, and then the Saks Fifth Avenue to buy an entire wardrobe for my trip to Honolulu.
Oh, you're going to Honolulu?
Yes, I have to go.
Oh.
You see, I hit the giant jackpot on the big payoff. And I've been traveling ever since.
Well, really, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Not only that, but they painted my house inside out. I wish they hadn't. I loved it the way it was.
Well, look, Mrs.
I'm Mrs. Watson.
Oh. Well, I'm Athanael.
Athanael.
Third phalanx, 15th cohort.
I've never been there.
Well, it's not a place, you know.
Paging Mr. Jack Benny. Paging Mr. Jack Benny, please. Mr. Jack Benny.
Did you hear that?
What?
They're paging Jack Benny.
Jack Benny?
Haven't you ever seen him on television?
No.
Oh, I didn't know he was stopping in this hotel. I think he's simply wonderful.
Really?
You know, I always watch his programs, even though I can't win anything.
That's so.
You know, the thing I like about him, he pretends to be cheap and stingy. And I'm sure he's not like that at all.
He isn't?
No. I can tell just for looking at him that he's the sweetest, kindest, most generous man in the whole world.
Well, it's certainly nice that there are people like that.
I better go outside and wait for the limousine.
The limousine?
Yes. Governor Dewey is the one who has to take me to the Stork Club. That's part of the jackpot.
Oh, I see. Well, it was awfully nice meeting you, Mrs. Watson.
Thank you, Mr. Phalanx.
Oh, no. It's Athanael, third phalanx, 15th cohort.
Oh, well, goodbye, Athanael.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Gee, that's a sweet old lady. And she's going to Honolulu. I wonder if the chief knows what he's doing.
Hello? Oh, yes, Horatio. I was wondering when you're going to call. What's the news down there? What do I care whether anybody goes to Honolulu or not? Oh, you sent a thundergram. Good. Oh, just a moment, Horatio. Who's there?
It's me, Chief, Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth, just a moment, Elizabeth. Horatio, I want to think about this for a moment. I'll call you back. All right, goodbye. Come in, Elizabeth.
Chief, I just spoke to Horatio. He wants to recall Athanael.
I know. Maybe he's right. The horn is still missing, and Athanael is weakening. You know, there's still a chance, even if he gets the horn back, that he won't blow it. Oh, it'll be just like him if at the last moment he botches everything again.
Oh, Chief, if you take Athanael off this assignment, you'll destroy all his confidence. He's tried so hard to make good. He was so happy at the chance to become an Angel senior grade. He'll get the horn back. Oh, please, Chief. Be patient with him just a little longer, won't you?
Elizabeth, I don't know why I let you talk me into these things, but you always do.
Then you will give him another chance. Oh, thank you, Chief. You're the best chief the small planet's ever had.
I mean, did the musicians come in yet?
No, sir.
You see. Is that the correct time?
Yes, sir. It's exactly 21 minutes to 12.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, sir. The sun rises and sets by that clock.
Well, I'm afraid you've been misinformed. Oh, I hate to say so. You see, the sun's movements are entirely independent of this planet. However, I will accept the time as 11:39 p.m.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure Western Union will be deeply grateful.
That's all right.
Are you stopping at the hotel, sir?
Just for a short time.
Are you staying overnight?
No, and neither are you. Goodbye.
You shouldn't bite your nails.
Huh?
You shouldn't bite your nails.
Oh, I only bite them when I'm worried, you know.
When I don't bite my nails, I get candy. Would
Oh.
you like a bite?
Oh, well, thank you. I haven't had a bite in over 300 years. So it's a long time to fast.
Then take a big bite.
Oh, well, thank you. What's your name?
Angela.
Angela. That means little angel, doesn't it?
That's right.
You know, I'm an angel, too. I'm a big angel.
You are?
Uh-huh.
What's your name?
Athanael. 3rd Phalanx, 15th cohort.
How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
Well, I'm 357.
357?
Yes, of course, I tell everybody up there that I'm 339. But I'm really 357. What are you doing up so late?
We're going home tonight on the airplane.
Oh.
Angela, are you bothering this gentleman?
Oh, no, not at all. We were just sitting here having the nicest little chat, you know.
Well, she hasn't seen her daddy in 2 weeks, and she talks to every elderly gentleman she meets.
Mommy, can I buy another piece of candy?
But, dear, I just gave you a whole piece.
I know, but I offered this man a bite and he ate the whole thing.
Terribly sorry. I didn't realize. I only meant to take a bite. You know.
Of course. Come on, dear, I'll buy you another piece of candy.
I won't. Dan! Dan! Up to the roof, please. Can't you go any faster?
Sorry, sir, this is the speed limit.
Oh. Is your name Otis?
How did you guess? Otis J. Elevator, that's me.
I'm certainly glad to know you. Have we got much longer?
Well, you'll be out of here in a minute. I'll be stuck here till 2 in the morning.
Well, I have news for you. You're getting off at 12.
Chief didn't tell me anything about it.
Well, he told me.
Funny.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From the terrace room of the Waldorf Biltmore, we present once again the delightful rhythms of Malin Merrick and his orchestra. Now, getting underway, here is Dancing in the Dark.
Hey, wait a minute! Wait a minute! Don't blow that horn! Don't blow that horn!
Well, you'll get
It's
out of
mine.
here. Wait a minute.
Pardon the interruption, ladies and gentlemen. And now back to Malin Merrick and the orchestra.
Look, buddy, I'm glad to get my horn back, but what did you have to do it that way? A thing like that could cost me my job. Helen, what are you doing here?
Well, I thought I'd stop by my way home from
Oh,
work.
what's the use?
Oh, Dan, I thought if we talked a little while...
Helen, we've talked and talked and talked, and where does it get us?
Do you want me to go?
I don't know why you came.
I told her to come.
Who are you, anyway?
He's Athanael.
3rd Phalanx, 15th cohort.
Well, I gotta get back to work.
Oh, no, Dan, don't go.
No, because I have something I want to say to both of you.
I've got a job.
Well, you can listen to him for just a minute, Dan.
All right, what is it?
You see, the reason I was so anxious to get this horn back, because it's such an unusual one.
What's so unusual about it?
Well, in 4 minutes, I'm going to blow this horn and destroy the earth.
Hey, what are you, a crackpot?
I'm an angel.
An angel?
Yeah. Now look at it. You only have 4 minutes to live. Are you going to spend those 4 minutes just fighting with each other?
Dan, I'm afraid.
Oh, honey, what are you afraid of? This guy? Oh, look what you've done to her. Hey, are you running around all by yourself?
Dan, suppose he isn't a nut. Suppose that
Oh,
horn...
come on, Helen.
Oh, I know it sounds silly, but Dan, suppose we did have only 4 more minutes to live. We've wasted all our precious time fighting about I don't even know what.
Oh, honey, don't get upset. This guy is nothing but
Forget about Athanael, Dan. There could be a lot of reasons why we have so few time left. But there are wars and bombs. Oh, don't you see, Danny? If we knew in advance, we could make every second a happy one.
No, sure we could, honey.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could live as though we only had 4 minutes to live? Oh, Danny, holding each other close would be the most important thing in all the world.
Oh, it is, Helen, it is. Come on, let's go inside. It's getting cold out here.
Well, they finally got the idea. And now, maybe they can settle all their problems. Oh, my goodness. Yes, Chief, I know. But I was just thinking of Helen and Dan, and it reminded me so much of Elizabeth and me. And all they want is to be happy. And now they have such little time. But, Chief, they're not bad people. I mean, they're so much in love. I mean, how can they be bad? I mean, they shouldn't be destroyed. And, Chief, they're not the only ones, Chief. What about the 2 shoeshine boys who were so nice, and the news dealer, and the little old lady who was going to Honolulu? And, Chief, there are millions of others just like them, just hoping and praying for a better world. If you just give them a little more time. Look, Chief, why can't you wait a while? Chief, remember what the taxi driver said? Remember he said if there's another war, that the whole world would destroy itself, and then there'd be no more Earth. And then, remember, Chief, if that happened, then the responsibility wouldn't be yours. You wouldn't be to blame. See? See what I mean, Chief? I mean, you've waited so long, thousands and thousands of years. I mean, suppose you wait just a little while longer, and then maybe everything will straighten itself out and be exactly the way you want it to be. What is that, Chief? You mean I don't have to blow the horn? Gee, thanks, Chief. You know, I'd like to come back home now and see you and Elizabeth and Methuselah and Noah and the whole gang. I'd even like to see Mr. Beethoven, too, even though he hollers at me all the time. And, Chief, tell Elizabeth that I've learned a lot down here, and that our problems up there are just as small. Really, all we have to do is work them out, that's all. Well, I'd like to come up now, Chief. Thanks so much. And, oh, Chief, I dig you the most.
Going down, sir?
What?
Going down?
No, thank you. Up.
tell you from Omnibus how grateful we are for what you've done to us. I mean, for us.
Oh. What was that?
Well, look, we've been trying for a long time. We felt we should take a rest from highbrow plays and ballets and high-priced talent and bring in a really solid, down-to-earth, in-the-gutter low comedian.
Well, look, you know, Mr. Cook, you see, I had the opportunity when Omnibus wanted me to be with him of doing one of two plays. You see, either The Horn Blows at Midnight or Hamlet, you see.
Hamlet?
Yeah.
Oh, you were going to play the gravedigger, right?
No. King Lear.
Wait, King Lear in Hamlet?
Yes, we're very flexible out here, you know.
Well, this makes us all the more grateful that you made the choice you did. But seriously, haven't you redeemed yourself with Warner Brothers after this?
Well, a funny thing about Warner Brothers, you know, they wanted me to play the lead in their latest picture that just came out called Hondo, you see. They wanted me for the lead.
What happened?
Well, then they thought they'd like more of a whimsical character, you see, a sort of a pixie for the lead, you know.
And who did they pick?
John Wayne.
It's been wonderful to have you with us. And look, if you've got half an hour, 90 minutes next Sunday afternoon, will you take a look at us?
Well, I will if you look at my show. You know, I'm on next Sunday,
You're
too.
on television?
Television, yes, and I have Irene Dunn with me as my guest, and Vincent Price and Gregory Ratoff.
It's a deal.
So we'll look at it, huh?
Fine.
Well, we're sure of two listeners, aren't we?
All right.
You're welcome. Oh, Mr. Cook, I do want to thank you and Omnibus so much for coming all the way here to Los Angeles.
Oh.
You know, just so you could have my show.
No, Jack. We were coming out here anyway.
Oh.